Today we are, oh no, that was a hard zoom. Don't you hate it when you're working on your painting, everything is going really well, you love what you're doing, but then you move on to a new subject and realize you don't have the right color. Happens to all of us, but chances are you do have that color. Today we're going to talk about how to mix just about everything. When you jump into an elaborate painting, you might feel like you need all of these colors. You really don't. And we're going to cover exactly what you need with these 5. Titanium white, primary blue, primary red, primary yellow, and Mars black. By mixing those colors appropriately, you can make just about anything. Now let's jump into a demo. This right here is called a traditional color wheel. Here we can see a primary yellow, a primary red, and a primary blue. We can also see a variety of other colors as well, all of which we can create by combining our primary colors. So let's say we want this orange right here. We're going to look to the 2 primary colors on our wheel closest to it, which happen to be a red and a yellow. Now because it's in between the 2 directly, we're going to mix about half and half to render that orange. Now let's say we wanted this purple right here. We're going to look yet again to our 2 closest primary colors, that being a red and a blue. Because it's in the middle, yet again we're mixing a half and half. The same could be said for our green, being right in between the blue and the yellow. Now there are also other colors, like these, which aren't directly in the middle. However, they are still between 2 primary colors. So for this one, we're going to mix a red and a blue, but much more red because it's closer to the red on the wheel. So this is a very simple way to kind of get an idea of what colors to mix when you're new to blending and creating your own colors. Now, in theory, that's how it works, but let's do some actual paint so that you get a very practical demonstration. Craft time. Now that we have our palette, let's apply some primary red, yellow, blue, Mars black, and titanium white, and see what we can start making. Let's begin by mixing an orange. So I'm going to begin here by taking about half and half of our primary yellow and our primary red. And we're going to mix them up fairly evenly with this palette knife. As you can see, very quickly we have arrived at an orange. However, it's very red dominant. And that's because not all pigments are saturated equally, and primary red generally is much more heavy than a primary yellow. So I'm going to take some additional primary yellow in a new mixture and try that. And as you can see here, now we have an orange, but it's much brighter and it's much more yellow dominant than this one was. We can even make it brighter, and we can do so by moving a little bit more of that paint over and grabbing some titanium white. So I'm going to throw that in, and as you'll see, it's going to desaturate our orange quite a bit, but it's going to give us something much brighter. So you really don't need to go out and buy 1, 2, 3 different oranges along with our red and our yellow. All we need are our primary colors. Now let's try that with a green. As we know from our color wheel, green is a mixture of primary yellow and primary blue. Now, primary blue is a much stronger pigment than the yellow, so yet again I'm going to incorporate a little bit more yellow to get that nice perfectly mixed green. But let's take that yet again and throw some titanium white into it, just to show you how much brighter we can make this. So for a pink, it's quite simple. We're going to take our primary red, put it down there, grab a bit of our titanium white, and mix that in. Nice and easy. If you wanted to create a highlighted pink, you'd simply take some of this, move it over into a new spot, grab some extra titanium white, preferably not with that green that was trying to stick on there. And as you can see, now we have more of a mid-tone or a darker pink, and we have a lighter pink. Now for purple, we're going to grab some primary red yet again. We're going to grab some primary blue, mix those up down here. Now, neither of these colors are innately very bright, so our first mixture of purple is going to be fairly dark. And this one, as you can see, is a little bit blue dominant. While we grabbed about an equal mixture, the saturation of the blue is a little bit more, so I'm going to go back, grab some extra red, and just try to even it out. Now we're going to take this purple, move it on over here, grab some of that titanium white. If you feel it's a little too blue, we can grab a little bit of extra red and reincorporate that. So there, now we have our fun colors. We have pinks, purples, oranges, greens, but we can actually do a lot more. Now I'm going to move on to earth tones and skin tones even. So let's jump back into the demo and have some more fun. While earth tones aren't on our color wheel, they are still wholly achievable. So we're going to begin here by grabbing a bit of our primary red, a good amount of our primary yellow, mixing those together. We want to make an orange with them first. If we were to take our primary blue at this point, it would mix with the yellow and make a pure green. That's not what I want. I want more of a brown. So I'm going to mix that orange together, then I'm going to grab a little bit of primary blue and mix that in. As you can see, it's becoming green dominant quite quickly, and that's because the blue and the yellow are mixing together. But we can make it less green by taking a bit of red, and mixing that in there. As you can see, it's starting to look more and more brown instead. You need to mix it quite well though, getting something that's looking quite close to a burnt umber. Now if you wanted a Caucasian skin tone, you might take this, take some of that titanium white, and blend those two together. Now we have a much lighter beige. And skin tones, of course, have a lot of reds and blues in them in different areas of the face and body, so we can take extra reds, make it a little bit more pink, a little more peachy, a little more full of life, and we can also go the other way and add blues into it and create something that's also quite nice and interesting. Start with very minor amounts. It's much easier to build up than it is to take away. So here now we have a very bluish green beige instead. And now it's back to a much warmer pink tone. Now we haven't used or talked about Mars Black at all, and that's really quite simple. We use that to darken pigments. So I'm going to take a little bit of Mars Black and create a couple of different mixtures here. I'm going to wipe off my palette knife, grab some primary red, and we'll just mix that in with the Mars Black. Get a nice rich deep cherry color here. A primary yellow and a Mars Black make a nice warm rich green instead of the lush more fresh green that you mix with a primary blue and a primary yellow. And here we can mix very deep, beautiful blue with the two as well. So now on our palette we currently have 20 different colors, and we started with 5. And really this is just the tip of the iceberg. You can mix tens of thousands of colors with just a limited palette. Please focus, please focus. You can do it. You can figure it out. I believe in you. Come on. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Anyways, there we have it. Quite simple how to mix just about every color using only 5 pigments. Very cheap and an efficient way of creating the colors you need. Also, will make you a better painter by mixing your own colors, so just another thing to consider. Now, thank you so much for spending this time here with me today. If you liked this video, hit that like button and hit the bell button down below as well. It'll notify you when I upload new videos. I have a new video idea about how to kind of customize your brushes, another one about how to extend the wet life of your paint. Now, also, if you are new to acrylic painting, you just like to learn the basics, I do have an ebook ebook called Acrylics for Beginners, The Essentials. It teaches you everything you need to know about acrylic painting before you jump into your first acrylic painting. So if you're interested in that, click the link below. It's a lot of fun. It teaches you about blending, how to make things 3D, how to use water, all of that stuff. But that's the video. So if you liked this new vlog style lesson, let me know. It was a lot of fun to make, and it was really fulfilling, actually. It was a lot of fun. I like this a lot. So tell me what you think, and again, if you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the bell button, and I will see you very soon with a new video, probably Wednesday. Take care and stay creative. Also, this lesson, okay, the mirror, the LCD screen is mirrored, so when I go this way, I'm actually going the opposite way. This painting right here, that is a new hour-long lesson on Patreon that you can go and check out. It was a lot of fun. I really love the color palette. I think it's a perfect warm summer painting. So go check that out if you're interested. That clip was not good. This is probably going to be in the bloopers. I don't know why I'm still holding my hand up.